Welcome to Badass in Action, the show that ignites your inner fire and propels you toward your epic goals. I'm Melanie Browning, delivering raw interviews, game-changing stories, and mindset hacks to keep you moving. Get ready, it's go time. Well, hello there, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Today, I have the absolute pleasure of welcoming to the show, Badass in Action, the badass Carol Darr. Welcome, Carol. Thank you for joining us here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Now, I'm going to dive in, and I found this on your Instagram, and I absolutely loved it, so I grabbed a hold of it. Carol is a fun-loving oil enthusiast of two grown sons, Grammy to two grandsons, living the grand life and empowering others to take charge of their health.
Yes.
That really grabbed a hold of me, and on so many levels. First of all, so I met you through a local networking event called, I think it was the Bold Women Network, right? Mm-hmm. So huge shout out to Hannah Johnson and all of the wonderful, amazing women that show up there. And your story jumped out to me. Your energy in the room when you introduced yourself stood out. Now, I do want to kind of going back to that with the two grandsons. Can you tell me about your grand life?
I love it. Just love it. No, my two grandsons are my highlight of my day, week. They lift me up. When they say the word Grammy, I'm right there. It's amazing. They live locally, so I get to see them quite often. So it's always as I say, when you're with the grands, it's a grand day, you know? So we have fun together, do different things. I said with my business, I'm helping people get through a period of life that is very uncomfortable, and they might have a hard time talking about it. Mm-hmm. But many people that I talk to have tried a lot of things, and they go, okay, I need to try something different. So what do you have?
That's awesome. So let's go ahead and I would like you to go ahead and introduce what it is that you do, mm-hmm. your business, and then we'll kind of get into more about what took you into the entrepreneurial journey, I guess that would be. Sure. But please let us know what your business is and what it is you do.
Yes, the business is dōTERRA Essential Oils. It's been around since 2008, and it's privately owned. It always has been. It's a big thing with the company. We're a $2 billion company right now, and it's been a wonderful experience. I had no dreams of getting into another networking business. I'd been in a couple previously. And my friend had said she was going to have a class that night. And I said, what do you mean? What are you doing? Well, it's something with essential oils. Well, I had seen essential oils like at Sprouts or whatever, and no one's around to tell you, going, well, I know nothing, mm-hmm. you know. And I said, no, I'm good. And she said, well, you said something about joint pain. And I went, they have something for joint pain? I'll be there. What time? And so I started using the products. I started seeing results. And we decided, my friend and I, that we would start it as a business, which like I said, I had no intentions of doing that. It's like a lot of people say that when they get into a network company. And I've been in it now for over 13 years. It's been a wonderful experience of just helping people. I said the company is based on dōTERRA. It's a gift of the earth. So it's very, near and dear to my heart of how we help people. We have stories all the time that I talk to people. It's helped them immensely in different ways, So I'm always looking for testimonials from people, and it's always a good thing too. So I love what I do, and I'm helping people get to a better life than what they're going through now, and knowing it can be a natural experience too,
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. What does it look like as a customer of yours? How do they interact with you, and what would that experience look like? If I was looking for a certain product, mm-hmm. what would the steps be to work with you?
Okay. Yeah, I would probably want to meet them one-on-one, preferably, because it's like you want to get to know somebody and not on Zoom, you know. And I like to meet, you know, somewhere close to them. We meet, I give them some information, but the first thing I do is listen to what they're needing. What do you need? What are you going through right now? What would you like for your life to look like? And how can I help you? So that's the big thing of really listening. So I said I'm key to that anymore. That was one of my attributes that I still keep trying to pull forward because it's so important to talk with people. But the biggest thing is to listen to them and meet them where they're at, to say, well, I have some things that I would like to go over with you. Are you open to natural health care? You know, that's the biggest thing we ask people, and usually they go, oh, well, I'd like to know more about that, you know. So. And
that seems to be more and more what people are looking for, as a more natural thing. I think that there's a big concern, at least it's opening up my eyes to seeing things that the way things are allowed to be labeled out there really kind of allow for room for people to skirt the system of what truly is healthy and stuff for us. Yeah. So I love that not only are you offering these products, you're also there to answer the questions. And when you were explaining what it's like working with you, I grabbed the hold, loved the idea of the question you ask is, what would you like your life to look like? That's such an empowering question. And just out of curiosity, when you speak with people about that, do a lot of times they know right off the bat, or is that a good question to kind of help them open their eyes and explore really? Because I know a lot of times, I just don't want to hurt anymore. Right. That's what drives a lot of us.
Well, a lot of it is pain. I said I find with pain and sleep, digestion issues, those are like a lot of things people are going through. Could be one of the three, could be all three. And my question would be, which one do you want to eradicate, basically? So at least relieve it quite a bit, from a 90% down to a 10%. And we have what is called an oil study that we do every month that I help people get into that. So it gives them a way to try some oils free, free platform, free information. So why would you not want to try it for 5 days, you know?
I love
so
that
this
word.
Yeah.
I love that word, free.
Free and half price, but free is even better, right? So yeah, I really like the way I can talk with people as far as getting to their pain points and just, you know, reiterating, you know, what I'm hearing you say is this and that, which one would be more important to you right now, or work on both of them and find out what they want to do at that point too.
That's awesome. I'm just curious, since you're here, you know, I was looking at some of the things that dōTERRA offers and you know, some protein kind of caught my eyes, you know, a lot of the vegetables and the minerals and all of those things. And I noticed myself really avoiding the oils because I know nothing about them. So I just, from your experience and working with your clients, what are maybe the top 3 oils that people are looking for, and what is it that they help, and how do they work? Like, how do you use them?
Well, one thing people are looking for is de-stressing and sleep, the biggest thing. And our oils, like I said, have natural ingredients. We either have oil blends or just the oil itself. Okay. And they can put it on the bottoms of their feet. They can put it on their wrist points. They can put it on their pillow, especially if you're trying to go to sleep. And I would say that's one of the big ones. Pain is another one, which we have a rub, a stick, and an oil to help with that. So you can do it all 3 ways. And it's something that I help people, you know, to use this. You know, don't be scared of it. But I said there's all natural ingredients in these products to help you with the pain, with the sleep. And it won't make you groggy in the morning, especially with the sleep products, which is huge. We have a sleep gel tab, but it's not a sleeping pill. And I tell people that because that's what a lot of people have, are sleeping pills. So it's a big thing saying, this is natural.
Yeah.
Try it for the 5 days, and let's talk at the end, just because it can do a lot of good. I've had people that were not sleeping. They tried it, and I said, well, how did you sleep? And they said, well, I slept really good. I said, oh, that's great. She goes, well, I've not been sleeping. And I said, not really? Oh, no, I've not been sleeping at all. And I went, oh, dear. So it's helped people with, getting back to their regular life and, getting back to, how they want their life to be.
That's powerful. Sleep is such an important element that I think is kind of one of the first things that's easiest to brush off because, in today's, at least here in America, everything is success and movement and move forward and trying to find that area of, okay, I want to improve all of these areas of my life. What can I cut out? And sleep. I know from personal experience that used to be the first on the chopping block, and it was on the chopping block way too often. And now that I've matured in my years, I've made it a priority.
Right.
And, sometimes it's hard to be stern with myself, but yes, sometimes, once you get in that habit, you realize I still have issues with sleep.
Yeah.
What is the safest and, most natural way to be able to get back into that routine after getting out of it? So,
and that's it. It's establishing a routine. And a lot of people throw that by the wayside. And I said, it's very important to prepare your body to say, we're going to go to sleep now. People think that's kind of ridiculous, but, sleep affects your weight. It affects your digestion. It affects your whole body. And then people will, say, well, I'm having this and this going on. But my first thing is say, well, are you sleeping? And usually, well, not very well. So that's one place to attack and see if that's what they want, to get something going that will help them in the long run.
That's awesome. I love how, hearing back from you, you absolutely do follow up and listen to your customers. Super powerful there.
Yeah.
Let me see. I want to know, okay, so on your Instagram bio, as far as talking about empowering others to take charge of their health, where has that been for you? And like what really started that? What do you know? What takes you in that direction?
When I first started, it was mostly about pain. So I was really seeking improvement in that area. And like I said, the Deep Blue Rub, which is a cream with lots of wonderful ingredients, has helped me immensely. And I try to pass that on to people of, personal experience and see if that resonates with them. A lot of people, like I said, we'll talk about one specific area, but then it morphs into somewhere else that, there's 2 or 3 issues going on. And again, it's a process of listening and finding out really what they want to do. And I'm very, very glad of what I've been able to do for the last many years to help people get to where they need to be and live their best life. I think it's very important to enjoy your life. And a lot of people are not enjoying their life, and there's too many stressors. And I'm just very happy to be able to do that with people and show them a different way.
That's awesome. And with, a lot of times we worry about longevity, but also, we want to be able to enjoy those years and those sort of things. Now, I kind of want to shift back into, having this business. How does that look in your life, and kind of what got you into this entrepreneurial journey as far as having this business and offering these services to everyone?
Sure. And again, I didn't plan on it. It just kind of happened. But the good thing about joining this business, there's so many pluses. I said I didn't have to take out a $10,000 loan, which is a big thing.
Yes.
I got basically a kit, which you can do that. You don't have to do that. But I thought, these oils could help with different things down the road. I'm not experiencing them now. We have a team of people, that we have such a wonderful camaraderie that it makes a huge difference. I said if I didn't have this business, I think I would, slowly go crazy because I feel as as many of these women are like my doTERRA sisters, and we can ask them for advice. And I think that's huge with people because a lot of people are wanting connection. And ever since COVID, I said we're slowly getting people, I'm getting more people interested of, being connected. They're a little standoffish maybe, but then when you give them some information that, you can come to a class, you can learn, it costs you nothing again, that the big thing is connection, and that's what I have with being in this company. It's absolutely amazing. It's like a personal development company that sells oils.
I love that. I love that.
Because I've gone through so many personal development classes or books. We talk about it. And like I said, the ladies that we have become very close with each other, it's something that you can always rely on and just say, hey, I really have a question, but I want to run this by you. What do you think? And I just think it's priceless, totally priceless.
That's awesome. It takes me back. It really does flash me back to hearing you talk about community and togetherness and connection and those sort of things. Takes me back to when I was a kid. My mother and I believe my aunt, sold different things back then. But I still remember, having parties at the house and just having these women just light up and enjoy and envision the items in their house and them using them. And just really, I really still have that fond memory. I'm kind of more and more becoming a minimalist.
Yes.
However, there are still items that my mom sold back in the 80s, not trying to date myself, but that I still hold on to because I remember that connection. And it wasn't, the product was great and all, but that, didn't even have all of the offerings that you're saying that doTERRA offers.
Right.
I love that. And I'm kind of hearing that this is a great way to get into it if you're looking to sell things, have an income, and I don't know the range. Like, are there full-time people?
Yes.
Is it a very good supplemental?
Yes.
Who would this be good for? And how do they go about getting into it if they're looking more than for the products, but also for adding this as maybe part of their entrepreneurial journey?
Sure. We just implemented a new compensation plan, so it really is geared to those individuals that are wanting some like quick cash, which is fabulous. And we look for sharers, we look for builders, we look for users, and those it's different types of people. And a lot of people are sharers. It's just like you'll share
like sharing on Instagram or on social media.
Or even sharing with their friends to say, oh my gosh, you've got to try this product. It's helped me with my stress, whatever the case may be. But we have a total system to help them start beginning all the way to the end, and you're continuing to evolve with people that you're meeting, whether it's events, whether it's classes in your home, classes at the gym, classes in their home. And it just helps them to, $200, $500 a month could be a huge help for anybody out there, and being able to get it fairly quickly. It's priceless. Absolutely.
That's awesome. What I'm hearing you say is you're getting a company and you're getting the mentorship. I posted the other day something about, when I first started my first business, our family business. Man, if I could go back and change one thing, it would be to get a hold of other people that have been there before.
Right.
And, with this company being around since 2008, and I'm sure the owners have been around longer and know their thing for a lot longer, they have the systems in place. Right. It's a follow this kind of method, bringing your own authenticity to it. And,
exactly.
And, your knowledge of the products that really help you and the friends that you know. So you're bringing to it, the company's already bringing so much to it.
Yeah, value and integrity and high values. I could go on and on because there's so many good things that doTERRA is doing with, we source our oils all over the world. So it's not in our backyard, excuse me. But lemon comes from Italy, lavender comes from the high high fields of France. And it's amazing that we have been able to give back to these growers, like schools, like water wells, to help them, plus giving them a fair pay, which they've never been able to have that. They would just give them the very bottom, you know? And so we've really been able to help these people live a better life, but they're also living a life that they're learning about the oils, they use the oils, and it's just amazing. It's wonderful. It is.
That's awesome. Where can people go to learn more about you, get in touch with you, whether they're looking for a product or if they're looking to take it to the next level?
Sure. I am on Instagram. I do have my own website. And do you want me to say it right now?
Yes, that would be great.
The best is to go to mydōTERRA.com, then /, and it's Healthy Living for You, all one word. You can go on there and shop. You can go on and browse. You can find all the different products. I said we have a lot of oils, but we have anywhere from cleaning products to supplements to facial products, cleaning products. So it's not just the oils. People are always surprised about that. I didn't know you had that. And so I said, well, just go on there and be nosy. I said, ask me questions, and then we can make time to see what you want to do, where you want to go, what's really bugging you, what do you need help with, and start the process that way and get in touch with me. You can go through that and let me know what's going on.
That's awesome. Super powerful. I'll make sure I share that in the note descriptions too. For those of you that are driving, don't have time to take it down, just check back in your note descriptions there and they will be there for you to grab. Now, one thing that kind of caught my interest is when you were talking about the company itself and the training and what they're giving to you. Is there anything that either they taught you or you personally in your own time or just through your 13 years in this company and others, any bits of advice that you can hold on to or share with the audience as far as entrepreneurism? Like, is there something that you got into this business and then like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that, and you either learned it beforehand in training and you were able to overcome it, or through the process of doing? You know, is there any one thing or maybe multiple things that you would like to share with the badass women out there that are wanting to start their business or level up?
Well, and again, this business is a bit different in the sense that it doesn't require a huge amount of time. I mean, you're always learning, but I said the tools that are there, it really helps you to move forward, okay, with a very minimal amount of money, which is not usually the case with any business.
Especially a product-based
oh my gosh,
business.
Yes. And that was completely surprising to me because I thought, well, I don't know if I can afford this. Do I have to take out a loan? And that sort of thing, which no. And I mean, we have a compensation where you can even get your oils paid for, which I think is very cool. A point system, okay, every month. And, you know, I've been so surprised in all of the information that I've been able to learn. I've not had a bad experience. I said, you know, I said, if anything, I need my own accountant, which I don't have. But it's taking you slowly through the process of owning your business.
Okay.
And making the minimal, I want to say, errors that you're able to overcome it, not with, you know, like again, as far as money, I've just been very pleasantly surprised. I've not had anything that came up that I couldn't handle, because either talking with someone, which is my mentor, and you know, creating a plan, which I think is a big thing. If you don't have a plan, then you won't go anywhere. And
I've learned that the hard way and multiple times.
Yeah.
Like maybe I didn't learn it right off the bat. I'm learning, I should say.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Yeah. So, I mean, all the information, like I said, that we have out there, it's right in your fingertips. So whatever you're struggling with, there's something there that will help you. So I said, but the biggest thing, like I said, I have read the books from different authors, and they've been there. they'll say, I'm going to, show you this process so you don't have to go through these heartache and headaches.
Yes.
And that's the biggest thing to tell people, too, to say, this is a business that is designed for you. It's not designed for me. You do how much time you can spend with it, if that's what you're wanting to do as far as build a business. If you're just wanting to share the oils or just use the oils or the products, whatever you would like to do, that's entirely up to you. But I've had nothing but wonderful experiences. And I said, I've never, ever been bored. Usually after such amount of time, you get very bored and yawn. I said, I've never, ever been bored with different things coming out. And the information is just there, and it's waiting for you to take hold of it if that's what you want to do to move forward. So
that's powerful. Now, how we connected through networking, that's something I'm hearing more and more about, and I know the power of it. And that's something that, especially in this line of business, looks very helpful. Yeah. What is your tip, and maybe a strategy you've had for yourself, or if the company has taught you, how do you find those places to go and show up to be able to make connections?
Well, first of all, there's a lot of networking groups. It's amazing. I joined one almost 10 years ago, and I've been with it. And they were telling me, you gotta join a networking. And I went, oh, okay. And I made myself go. It was like a rainy summer afternoon. And I've met the best people. We have usually 4 or 5 guests each time. And it's been a wonderful way to get to know these people, that they can help you, whether it's Medicare, whether it's computer issues, or, one lady has jewelry. And so it's a wonderful way to meet people and, again, service them, but also you're getting their services as well, and then you can pass that on to the consumer to say, this is top notch, you should try this, and I'll give you the person's name. It's wonderful.
That's awesome. And and really what kind of stood out there is, like, you don't have to all be in the same line of business. And if you are, you can help one another. And if you aren't, you can help one another, because it really is, like, you never know who's going to have what available, who knows who's needing something. And so really, I think the power of networking is really going out and listening to other people so that you can find out, maybe who can I connect them with? How can I help? Is there something that I need? And if we all approach it that way, then we're all helping one another.
Exactly.
And with that, I would like to ask you, like, kind of knowing also the power of the ask, is there anything currently, like, that maybe I or someone in this room or someone in this studio or any of the viewers listening might have access to? Is there any kind of ask that is on your heart, either for your business or just for you personally, or anyone that you know?
Oh, that's a really good question. Yeah, we have so many people in our networking group of, just, like I said, different areas. We don't have the same business, so it's just one business per, category. I've been talking with this one gal that she's with a travel agent, so she's helping me decide of where to go. Ooh. So maybe my ask out there is, give me 3 different places you've been to in the last, say, 5 years that you would recommend to go to. I said, I'm really, leaning toward, like the Dominican Republic or something like that. I mean, I want to cruise, but so she's kind of helping me kind of sort it out and take some time to go have fun, relaxation, and spend some time, just downtime,
I love that. So if you're listening, cruise-based, fun-based, and, somewhere Dominican Republican vibe. If there's a place you know of and you have an experience to share and, oh man, this is a gotta, leave it in the comments or reach out to me if you're listening on one of the podcasts, and I will make sure that I get the message to you. That's super powerful. Fun is always a word.
We have to enjoy our life.
Absolutely. Right? On the way here, I was like, let's have fun.
That's
today.
Right.
So that was super. I loved when that word just jumped out to me there. Yeah. And so thank you so much for being on here. Remember, everyone listening, The contact for Carol here will be in the show notes, so make sure you check her out and check out the products, especially if you need some sleep and some more health in your life. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for listening. And my ask for this show is, if you are a badass, you are a female just, crushing it in your business, or you have some sort of bit of advice to pass on to those other badasses that are waiting to hit post or waiting to go live, waiting to take the jump into the journey that is calling them, and you'd like to be on the show, please make sure you comment if you're following us on YouTube, or reach out to me. You can always contact me through my website at yourspotlightawaits.com. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you well on your journey. Thanks for tuning in to Badass in Action. Drop a quick note, DM, comment, or review, letting me know the moment that hit hardest or the questions it sparked. Your insights fuel future episodes. Until next time, stay badass, keep moving, and remember, you got this.